Welcome back to TCM. I'm Dave Karger. We just saw an adaptation of the chilling mystery The Woman in White, and up next we're taking a look at a much more terrifying film also based on an acclaimed novel. From 1963, Julie Harris, Claire Bloom, Richard Johnson, and Russ Tamblyn star in The Haunting. Johnson plays a professor experimenting with ESP who rents a deserted and allegedly haunted New England mansion in order to study the subject with the help of a few interested assistants. Of course, it isn't long before the group discovers that rumors about the place are all too true. The film was based on the 1959 novel The Haunting of Hill House, written by Shirley Jackson, and this adaptation was directed and produced by Robert Wise. While he was busy working on the 1961 production of West Side Story, Wise came across a review of Jackson's novel and immediately checked to see if the screen rights had been optioned. Well, they hadn't, so he bought a copy of the book and became so captivated and terrified while reading it that he jumped out of his seat when someone walked into his office. He knew that if the story had that kind of effect on him, it would make a great horror film. Wise had ended his contract with MGM early, but he still owed the studio one more film, and MGM's London studio was able to provide the necessary budget to make the kind of film that Wise had planned. The movie was shot just outside Stratford-on-Avon in an authentic 18th century manor house, and to enhance the eerie tone, Wise insisted on filming it in black and white. From 1963, here is The Haunting. Robert Wise, who directed and produced The Haunting, began his directing career under the guidance of the pioneering horror filmmaker Val Lewton. And Wise later said, "One of the things that intrigued me about doing The Haunting was returning to my roots." Before becoming a director, Wise started out as an editor at RKO, where his work on Orson Welles' monumental debut Citizen Kane earned him an Academy Award nomination for the year 1941. 2 years later, with the encouragement of Val Lewton, Wise took over directing the horror film The Curse of the Cat People, and in 1944, Lewton gave Wise his first official directing job on the period drama Mademoiselle Fifi. It proved to be the beginning of an extraordinary career, one that earned Wise several Academy Awards and nominations, including for his Best Picture winners West Side Story and The Sound of Music. As for the novel The Haunting of Hill House, it also inspired a Netflix series starring Timothy Hutton, Henry Thomas, and Carla Gugino that premiered last year. Coming up, we're spending the evening paying tribute to the great Ethel Waters, and I'm turning it over now to Ben Mankiewicz and Ava DuVernay for an essential musical from 1943.